Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz, your host of the Raiders Report, and here's my first edition of a Raiders mock draft following the 2024 NFL Combine. At this point this offseason, I have put out multiple, and I mean multiple mock drafts. However, every single day, every single week, new and more information continues to just shuffle out. We had the Chat Sports team go out to the Combine, and we were able to sit down, interview a bunch of different potential prospects, but we also knew that the Raiders met with certain people. So what I'm taking is some of the information that I was provided, some of the information that we shared with you guys on some YouTube shorts and whatnot, and put together all of this info for a brand new Raiders mock draft. If you do not know the Las Vegas Raiders 2024 NFL draft picks, here they are. They have a pick in every single round, 1 through 6, and then 3 picks in round 7 for a total of 9 picks in the 2024 NFL Draft. To paint a clear picture of how this mock ended up going down, here's how the draft results went. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, top 3 picks off the board. Marvin Harrison Jr., Olu Fashanu, Joe Alt were the next 3 picks. Then from 7 to 12 is where this gets kind of interesting to me. You got Malik Neighbors off the board. J.J. McCarthy goes number 8. So already 4 quarterbacks are off the board. And I went into this mock thinking like, all right, if I have the opportunity to trade up, I'm going to do it. Unfortunately, I didn't have that opportunity because all 3 QBs went into the top 3. Terrion Arnold goes, Brock Bowers, Dallas Turner, and then Latu edge from UCLA. Before I tell you who the Raiders ended up taking at number 13, if you like mock drafts, if you're somebody that's like, you know what, Mitch, I like to rock out with my mock out with you. I appreciate that, man. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, join the family, and if you've never seen another man's mock, do you actually know him? I don't really know. Let's go to pick number 13 off the board. I'm going to go Taliese Fuaga, the right tackle at Oregon State. My biggest concern right now with Fuaga is his short arms, and he actually checked in with some of the shortest arms at the offensive tackle position in NFL Combine history. But at 6'6", 334 pounds, this guy is a hell of a run blocker, very good pass blocker, and he can be your starting right tackle. And call me a sucker. If there's somebody that's got some Raiders in their blood, I'm all about it. We had the opportunity to talk to Fuaga at the NFL Combine, and this is what he said.
It'd be a blessing. I'm ready for any team to really pick me up, but Raiders, I got a lot of family members that are Raiders fans too, so it'd be nothing but a blessing to play for them. Yeah, I met with them. Yes, sir. It was a good meeting. Just like any other meeting, it was a great meeting to meet those guys, and it was always like, it's just like another one you got to get through, so yeah.
Man, I don't know about you. I'm a sucker. As soon as I hear Raiders in my blood, I love that kind of stuff. Fuaga was a very nice, I'll call him a man. I almost called him a boy, but at that big, he probably looks at me. He calls me a boy. But I know the Raiders need to be able to find that right tackle, with Jermaine Illuminor being a little bit of a question mark right now, not knowing if he's going to be able to come back. I think being able to get somebody that's really reliable and solid was right there. I did also think about taking J.C. Latham, though, from Alabama. Let's go to round 2, pick number 44, and I'll be real with you. I am not the biggest Michael Penix Jr. fan. I think he's a good quarterback. He is number 4 on my rankings. But, let's be real here. If I'm able to get Michael Penix Jr. at 44, I'm taking it every single day of the week based off the information that I know right now here for the Silver and Black. I'll be real with you. I almost didn't take him at 44 because I actually thought that I don't even think it's all that realistic. I do not see Michael Penix Jr. based off of the information, based off of what he did at the Combine, falls outside of round 1. But sometimes crazy shit happens, and because he fell, I ended up taking him here. But my question to you is this. If you're going to take a quarterback in round 1, round 2, if you're the Silver and Black, you're kind of hoping that that guy can be your franchise QB. And the last quarterback that many of you considered to be the franchise QB was Derek Carr, who was also taken in round 2. So I'm going to look at all of you right now and say, if the Raiders were able to get Michael Penix Jr., can he be the Raiders franchise quarterback? Give me a yes. Give me a no. My answer after this YouTube ad break. I do believe that Michael Penix Jr. can be a franchise quarterback on a bunch of NFL teams. You need to have a good offensive line, and you need to have some solid pieces around them. The Raiders have the talent at wide receiver. The Raiders have talent at tight end. Yeah, the defense still, you can improve it, but they've got Antonio Pierce, and they're doing a lot of the right things. With 3 open offensive line spots, if the Raiders go with Fuaga, cool, you got your right tackle spot, That means you better have gone out and you better have gotten some 2 other starting caliber offensive linemen to put at either center or at offensive guard, whether it be right guard or left guard, because if Michael Penix Jr. is back there and he doesn't have a solid offensive line, it is going to make me very, very nervous. Other good thing, though, Telesco, not worried about the injury history anymore with Penix. Coming up, who I drafted at pick number 77, because right now I got a starting right tackle, I got a starting quarterback, and I was feeling pretty good about this mock draft. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And when I do the NFL draft, when I go live, I get a little bit worried. And when I do mock drafts, I get kind of worried as well. And sometimes you get worried, you sweat a little bit. So shout out to today's sponsor, Mando. And I want you to get $5 off Mando starter pack. Just use code CHAT. If you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to this. Raider Nation, control body odor anywhere with Mando and get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% off with promo code CHAT at shopmando.com. I love Mando because it's a whole body deodorant. Mando is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. I'm not proud to tell you how I know that. But pits your package. I'm talking grundle, your balls, belly button, butt crack, stinky crevices, stomach folds, and your feet. Like, keeping it the buck with y'all, I've always had smelly feet, and anybody that has ever played baseball with me, I'm sure if Chuck could talk, he would tell you, my fiance would love to tell you, I got smelly feet. I use Mando on my feet every single day. It's the only way that I can try to keep my feet from not stinking. I do walk to work, and it's always been a problem, and I'm not afraid to tell you all that, but Mando to me is a great foot deodorant. You can use it, though, basically anywhere. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. Luckily, I got a discount code to help you get hooked on my favorite smelling whole body deodorant on the market. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code CHAT at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. It's time to smell better naked. Your partner will thank you. And my partner does thank me. Like, there's always one thing I know. Like, I'll be sitting on the couch, and I got my feet up or whatever, and she'll walk by me, and Alex will just, like, give me this look, and I'm like, my feet stink, don't they? She's like, yeah, they do. And what do I got to do? Now I just get some deodorant. I put them on my feet. It's good to go. I used to, like, literally get, like, the salt. You put it in a tub. You put it in a bath. That takes, like, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I don't got time for that. Put a little Mando on my feet, and I don't know about you, I'm smelling pretty good. Alex seems to like it too. For any guys out there, if any women come across it, you're like, yeah, my man could use this. The link's going to be available to y'all down in the comments, down in the description. Shout out to Mando for sponsoring the Raiders Report. Let's go to round 3, pick number 77, and this might be my favorite pick in the entire draft. Braden Fiske, defensive tackle from Florida State. And this is going to be a dude that, I'll be real with you, I don't know if he falls to the 3rd round. Like, I think based off the combine that he had, I mean, he was phenomenal. Top 40 time. He showed his athletic ability. For somebody at his size to be able to run a 4.78 40-yard dash is awesome. But the other reason why I love this fit here is, yes, defensive tackle is a big-time need. It's also the mindset. Like, here is a hard-working individual that I'm telling you right now is going to fit great with Max Crosby, going to fit great with Antonio Pierce. And if you're able to put him on your interior, he might never be like a top 10 defensive tackle, but to me, he's going to be a really good pro for a very long time in the NFL. Let's go to round 4 here at pick 113. I was able to get Trevin Wallace, linebacker out of Kentucky, and Wallace is definitely a player to keep in mind. Again, another dude that I think PFN needs to update their rankings here a little bit because I don't know if he falls to round 4. He's an athletic specimen at 6'2", 240 pounds, and he's a hard hitter. He can go sideline to sideline. But what's really important here, and it's a guy that I know the Raiders are looking at, the Raiders did meet with Wallace at the Combine. On top of that, Wallace had a good Combine, was one of our winners. He also was working with Rob Leonard at the Senior Bowl. So Wallace played linebacker, even though Rob Leonard, who's our defensive line coach, he was coaching the linebackers on the American team where he was working with Trevin Wallace. So just one of the reasons why I ended up taking Wallace here in this mock, though again, I almost actually took him at pick 77 rolled the dice, got a little ballsy. Luckily, they smell good. Shout out to Mando, and was able to get him here at pick 113. If you're looking for your top needs, some of y'all are like, you know what, Mitch, I actually need that deodorant. You could probably put that at number 1. For the Raiders' needs, though, I look at it as quarterback, defensive tackle, corner, and offensive guard. I am still going to put center on here, despite the news, rumors of Dylan Parham shifting into center. At number 7 is running back, tight end, linebacker, safety, and then I'd probably put at number 11, wide receiver. So how about this? What's one player? Like, I think everybody has a my guy. Like, there's some people out there, like, if the Raiders can name one dude, name a player you're hoping the Raiders draft after seeing the NFL Combine. I don't want you to say Jaden Daniels, because I know basically everyone that watches the show is like, I would like Jaden Daniels. And I can kind of wrap my mind around that idea because Jaden, to me, is a very, very good quarterback. But give me somebody that's a little bit more unknown. Like, maybe it is somebody like a Trevin Wallace. Maybe it is somebody like a Braden Fiske. There's a running back that I like, Marshawn Lloyd. There's a tight end from Penn State that I like a lot, Theo Johnson. There's even, other prospects out there that you could potentially consider and going out and getting. So what I want to know from everybody out there, you can do player bio first. Name a player you're hoping that the Raiders can go out and try to draft. Let's go to the next pick here in our mock draft, and I am going to be selecting tight end Theo Johnson out of Penn State. Now, Johnson was a player that did meet with Antonio Pierce, and he met with the Raiders at the NFL Combine. I also decided to take Johnson here, and when I was looking at the board, I'll be real, I didn't love a lot of the picks that I saw. I was kind of hoping that Ray Davis was going to be able to fall to me in round 5. That did not happen. I was kind of hoping like maybe one of these other running backs would be able to fall to me. That did not happen. But Johnson is a good athlete, good receiving tight end. Getsy's going to want to try to use 2 tight end sets. He likes to incorporate the tight end position. And right now it's Michael Mayer, and that's basically it for the silver and black. So considering the fact that you got the tight end, who you met with at the Combine, is why I ended up taking him here in round 5, pick 147. Let's go to round 6 now, pick 210, and I took this guy in my last mock, and I'm going to double up here. It's Nehemiah Pritchett, cornerback from Auburn, who I actually think did a pretty damn good job at the Combine. Like, he's 6'1", he's 185 pounds, he's a pretty versatile player. Like, he can play in man, he can play in zone, physical, but like, he's got that mental toughness. And when you start to get at this point in the draft, like, I'm looking for guys that are mentally tough. Like, he might not be the greatest athlete out there, but he's going to be able to fit in multiple different schemes, and I think he'd fit pretty damn well in a Patrick Graham scheme. On top of that, we do need a corner. I don't love the fact that I got my first corner here in round 6, but then again, I do love this draft so far. Let's go to round 7 at pick 221. I'm going to go with Kamman Vidal, running back from Troy, and probably one of my favorite players coming out of the Combine based off of conversations that I had are Kamman Vidal. He's 5'8", 215 pounds, and I actually had an NFL scout tell me if the Raiders move on from Josh Jacobs, this is the guy that could be a Josh Jacobs light. So he was very impressive at Troy, 297 carries, 1,661 yards, ran a 40 time of like 4.48, which is kind of the area that you like to see, 14 touchdowns. But the other thing that a scout told me was Josh Jacobs' stiff arm might be the best stiff arm in the NFL. Somebody told me that Vidal here has got the best stiff arm in this class. So for somebody who's not very big, doesn't have a lot of spots, I guess, that you can get your hands on him, very intriguing running back, and I want the nation, after watching this video, to go turn on his tape because it's somebody that, quite frankly, I don't think should have been playing at Troy. Let's go to round 7 now, 225. I'm going to go with Garrett Greenfield, offensive tackle. Now, I don't know if he ends up playing offensive tackle. Like, he might end up playing guard on top of that, and the reason why that I took Greenfield is because he could probably do both, just like Taliese Fuaga. If there's an NFL team out there that's like, I don't know if we want to put him at tackle because of his short arms. The reason why I'm going to go with Greenfield here is because if you look at this far in the draft, round 7, can I go with a good athlete? And can I go with somebody that's got some explosion in his legs to be able to get downfield? Like, that's a part of the game that is continuing to develop here in the NFL. Greenfield set the NFL Combine record for vertical jump. So he's got to have some spring in his step. Maybe that's just because he's a jackrabbit. Let's go to round 7. We're going to round it out. I started with somebody from Oregon State, and I'm going to finish with somebody from Oregon State. I'm going to go with Anthony Gold at receiver. I've talked about on this show that the Silver and Black are looking to add more speed to their wide receiver group, and Anthony Gold, out of the receivers that's probably going to go round 6 and beyond, more than likely going to be the fastest one. Gold ran a 4.39 40-yard dash. I get it. He's a small receiver. The Raiders already have Trey Tucker. But what if you were able to incorporate Tucker in more of a actual receiver role, and then you let Anthony Gold just be that gadget deep threat type of guy? Like last year, the way that I wish the Raiders would have incorporated their offense was with Trey Tucker and DeAndre Carter, like where Trey Tucker's the actual receiving option, DeAndre Carter's more of that gadget and just doing more like the sprints back and forth, pre-snap reads. I want to see more pre-snap reads. That's one thing Antonio Pierce promised us. Anthony Gold will be a good player to bring in 10, 15 times a game, and even if he never runs a route, his speed, you got to be able to respect it. And for me able to get him here in round 7, 227, I thought it was a good pick. So here we go. Here was my Raiders mock draft after the Combine. Taliese Fuaga at offensive tackle in round 1. Penix Jr. at quarterback in round 2. Braden Fiske at DT in round 3. Trevin Wallace, round 4. Theo Johnson, tight end from Penn State in round 5. Nehemiah Pritchett, round 6 from Auburn. Round 7, I went Kamman Vidal, Garrett Greenfield, and Anthony Gold. 9 picks in total. I didn't make any trades, and I did this mock draft on PFN. So if you could, give me a grade. A, you loved it. B, it was good. C, it's average. D, it's terrible. F, well, hopefully none of us have ever gotten an F. My Raiders mock draft after the NFL Combine.